Well, hello, my lovely air signs. Welcome to your November full moon reading. This is the full moon reading for the Beaver Moon, also known as the Frost Moon. It was called the Beaver Moon because individuals in Canada would hunt beavers at this time. Fun fact. This is also a full moon in Taurus. So Taurus is a earth sign. So this is a time where you're going to feel a lot more down to earth. You're going to feel a lot more grounded, but they're also a very indulgent type of sign. So this is the time where if you've been thinking about going and getting a mani-pedi or going and getting a massage for yourself or whatever, pampering yourself, do it. This is the time that you go and take care of yourself. That's what this full moon is all about, is having a happy home to come home to and having a happy body to have in that home as well, okay? Keep in mind, we are in Mercury retrograde as well. We're still in Scorpio season, and because of that, Mercury retrograde gets a lot of bad raps sometimes, but the truth is all it does is help us shed light on our past. And specifically in this time, especially in combination with the full moon energy, we're almost going to get nostalgic about the past. Anything that's been bad, anything that we've gone through that's really changed us, we're going to look back on it fondly and be grateful for the change that it has helped us grow into in this world. So that's just something to think about. That's the energies that we're looking at here. Keep in mind, too, Taurus is a very sexual type of sign of the earth signs. It is the opposite of Scorpio. So obviously, if you know anything about the zodiac, that makes sense. This is also a very fertile time. I didn't mention that in the water sign reading, but it's just fair warning if anyone's, going to be doing stuff, just be careful. Unless you don't want to be careful. And then in that case, good luck. That being said, let's get started. As usual with these readings, I'm going to do 3 moon cards, moon deck oracle cards. Each one will represent one of the air signs. So we are going to do Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. Can I get 3 cards here? Represent Libra. Ooh, almost. Wanted to come out. Libra. Gemini. Aquarius. Okay, that was easy. They popped right on out. All right, Libra, we have, I am on the right path and divinely guided. All right, so if you have felt lost, if you have felt that you might not be where you're supposed to be going on your karmic journey, this is confirmation that you are doing what you are supposed to be doing. Gemini, I honor the natural process of growth and transformation. So something may have happened where you've changed. Again, this is a time of change and looking back on situations that have challenged us and how we have grown and moved forward. So that confirms that for you, Gemini. Now Aquarius, I love myself completely and unconditionally. Okay, so you may be questioning your self-love at this time. You may be upset about something that you've been going through, but this is a reminder from the universe that you need to love yourself first. And in loving yourself, you will grow from this and be able to move forward in a positive direction. Okay. I'm going to be using the Celtic Tarot for a past, present, and future card for each one of the signs. Keep in mind, fair warning, there is some nudity in this deck if you've never seen it. So if you want a PG-13 lifestyle, or if you're a child under 18, please stop the video right now. But I'm giving you fair warning, okay? Can I get 3 cards for Libra? Past, present, future. Is that 3 cards? Woo! Past, present, future. Look at that. Past, present. One more card here. Future. I need a bigger table. I think I need a bigger table. I think I need a bigger boot. All right, 3 cards for Aquarius. Past, present, one more. Future. Okay, here we go. Libra, past. We have the Lovers. Gemini energy. It's in reverse though, so something may have happened where you and your significant other may have broken up, or you have called it quits on whatever your relationship is in the current time. In the present, we have death, scorpionic energy. So the end of a cycle has come forward for you. Death is a scary card. Sorry, it's very shiny. But it's not always a bad card, okay? In order to renew, in order to start over, you need to put something to an end. And that's what the death card is all about. It also represents Phoenix rising. You know, there's some decks that actually have a Phoenix instead of a death card. Very rare, obviously. But it's the concept that the cycle you've gone through is now done and over with, and now it is time to move on and start a new cycle in your life. Okay. And future, Queen of Swords. So in the upright, the Queen of Swords is very just, very truthful woman. She has a sharp tongue though, but she never lies. In the reverse, we see someone who might be a little emotional instead, but this is kind of the bitch card in reverse, meaning that they're very blunt. They're going to say their truth and they're not going to care what you say. So she might have, or you might have cut someone out of your life recently. Okay, this is air energy, obviously, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. This is a situation where when we see a sword of the higher arcana in reverse, it almost represents a cup type of energy, but in the negative aspect. So this is someone who has very little control over their emotions. And at the same time, though, they are going to speak their truth and they are not going to care if they hurt you. They've probably cut someone out of their life, and it may or may not have been painful, or may or may not will be painful, rather, because this is in the future position. So coming back to your I am on the right path and I am divinely guided, this is a reminder that whatever you've gone through, it could have been a romantic relationship, it could have been a familial or a work relationship, whatever ended between you and this other person, it had to end. It had to end so you can continue your karmic journey. You may need to cut some people out of your life, though, to keep going in that direction. I will be the first one to tell you, if you knew me 20 years ago, there's no way in hell I would be doing these readings. I wasn't into my spiritual self. I didn't trust it. And then things happened in my life where I just became enlightened and I awoke to these talents that I had that had been laying dormant in myself. And now I have felt called upon to be able to, be an energy healer as a Reiki master and, offer readings because I'm an empath and I am intuitive, Remember, you are on the right path. So whatever you are going through, as difficult as it may be right now, keep moving forwards. Because this Queen of Swords, she doesn't lose her shit unless she has to. All right? She doesn't cut people out of her life unless she has to and feels that it's the best thing for everybody involved. Okay? All right. Moving on. Gemini. We have the Four of Shields in reverse. So in the past, you may have been kind of letting yourself be open and vulnerable. You weren't playing it close to the chest. You were basically saying, you know what, I'm going to just let it go and just see how this all goes down. Hopefully I don't get hurt, but I'm not going to hold my breath anymore. And I'm just going to hope that this moves forward for the better. In the present, we have Justice in reverse, Libran energy. Okay. So Justice in reverse represents a lack of accountability, lying, and unfairness. So perhaps something has happened where you yourself, Gemini, are not able to take responsibility for your part in something. I'm not trying to point fingers or anything, but usually when we see Justice in reverse, especially since these are solitary readings for your sign, it's representing you. And there is a situation that may have happened or has happened where you're not taking accountability for your part in something, okay? You may have decided to lie or withhold truth, and it's kind of set forth this energy of unfairness in whatever situation we're talking about here. All right, in the future outcome, King of Wands in reverse, okay? King of Wands is a very passionate man. He Oh, he's like Rico Suave. You know, like the Queen of Wands is a red carpet queen. This is the man that nobody can take their eyes off him. He has a very strong sexual urge and sexual identity, and people are just drawn to him. He's very passionate. He's one of those people that you would follow him into battle without question because he's so passionate and so driven about what he wants to do. However, in the reverse, we see someone who has a lack of control over their temper. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy here. There's a lack of control over emotion, almost to the point where it's explosive. It's negative energies coming out. So it's anger, it's frustration, it's almost not violence. I'm not saying violence. Sometimes it can be in rare situations, but you are hurting, so you want someone else to hurt too type of mentality. Okay, so it's just something to think. But remember here, the moon is telling you that you honor the natural process of growth and transformation, meaning that something has happened, even though right now, you know, you're trying to keep it, you know, on the down low, you're trying to pull back a little bit. You might be untruthful about some things, and it might be making you angry. You might be harboring these negative feelings because you're not admitting your fault in a situation. You're not forgiving the other person, and you're definitely not forgiving yourself for your role in it. Once you learn how to do that, once you learn how to forgive yourself, forgive the other person, you can move forward, and this King of Wands will turn back around, and he will be a very warm and inviting, passionate type of man or woman in your life. Okay? All right, over to Aquarius. We have the Queen of Cauldrons, or the Queen of Cups in the past. So this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type of energy. This is a loving, nurturing woman. She is so open and so caring, gives her emotions freely, gives her love freely, wants to take in. Very similar to the Queen of Pentacles, very nurturing. This is a motherly type of energy right here. All right. In the present, we have Equilibrium in reverse. So this is Temperance, if you were wondering. Temperance is a Sagittarius type of energy. Generally, it means balance and having patience. But when we see it in reverse, we see an imbalance. This means that this is a time for finding realignment, self-love, self-healing, which is exactly what this full moon is about. So you should take it upon yourself to heal from the inside out. And in doing so, you'll be able to move forward, right? And your outcome is the King of Swords in reverse. So the King of Swords in the upright is, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy here. He's usually someone in law, a judge, or a police officer. This is a person that is very just and very true, very black and white about what they want. They are going to make a decision. They are going to make a ruling, and it will be for the betterment of all parties involved. However, in reverse, we see a blockage of this and almost a negativity. Again, swords in reverse are almost like cups. They become very emotional. They make decisions based on their emotions rather than their intellect. And for air signs, you fellow air signs, it can be very difficult for you because you don't deal with emotions as well, which can mean that you could lose your temper. You could say things that you don't mean to say, and you could make the wrong choice because you're not thinking properly. You're just reacting instead of really stepping back, taking a breather, calming down, and then moving forward. Okay? But remember, you love yourself completely and unconditionally. So no matter what happens or has happened, you have offered love to someone. You are a lover over here, Aquarius. Something is out of balance. It's asking you to heal. It's asking you to move forward. And this King of Swords, yes, is in reverse. There may be an emotional time coming for you where you have to make a decision. But just remember, if you heal yourself and you try to find balance within yourself, this King of Swords will turn around and he will be able to make a decision that will be for the betterment of everybody. And it won't be an emotional decision that you might regret in the future. Okay? My fellow air signs, and I say that because I'm a Libra in almost everything else in my chart. I hope you enjoy these readings with the full moon. Make sure you check back in a couple of days. I'm going to be doing the second half of November readings. for love and soulmates. Okay, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. And until then, deuces.